Well, hello everyone, I'm Jenny from BU for You Gaming, and today we are back in Hold Your Own. So, I have a few things I just wanted to talk a little bit about. First of all, I've been talking about this with the corn, or with, well, anything that is perishable, that I want to see if if I lose the entire stack, because I have had stacks like this, like an entire stack is probably, 100, but like a stack like this, in storage, and it just disappears, and they have I think it's a 1 or 2 hours perish time, and as you can see there's only 2.5 minutes left here. So in 2.5 minutes we'll be able to see if I'll have 21 left or if I'm just gonna have 0 left, because I really want to clear that up now, because I would wish that it would be just the top one, as you will see in many other games, because otherwise it's really hard to store these items, and there's really no point in picking these up unless you or harvest your crops once you get them, unless you have a fridge, and I don't even know what the perish time is going to be once I get a fridge. But still, it's like you can't really store things for a long time, and it would be nice to be able to do that. But I might be wrong, and if this goes down to 21, then there seems to be a bug, because with the storage, because these disappear if I leave them in the storage for a while, and it's not, if you have like 20 of these, then it's 20 hours, and I don't think I even have 20 hours in the game yet. So yeah, and I've checked in those 20 hours, I would have checked this multiple times. Okay, well, I just picked that up, and that was another thing I wanted to show. See, now it says 6 minutes, so every time you pick, if you have it in your inventory, every time you pick a new one up, it increases the timer. And that might be the intention, that is a way to keep things, like, keep the perish time up. But on the other hand, that doesn't really work very well, because it demands that you'll have to kind of carry things around with you, and I would prefer to be able to store this and not having to carry it around with me to increase the perish time. But as you see, it just went up with 4 minutes or something like that. But what I'm doing right now is I am actually crafting arrows. I just got some more wood. Because I still need, as you can see, I need down here, well, I have this much, but I need 359 coins more to finish this quest. I went and did some serious gold grinding on the gold islands, and that got me around 1500 gold coins, and then I've sold a couple of things to the trader. But Cage, from Cage 848, I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys would know him, another YouTuber, he mentioned that he had actually been selling arrows, because it's easy to get the resources for it compared to anything else. Like if you go and kill animals, there's like a very limited number of animals, and selling what you get from that is not gonna bring you very far. Because you also need some of those resources for other things. But as you can see, there's lots of trees, there's lots of rocks, and arrows only take 1 log and 1 stone to make. So I thought, okay, and I don't really use my bow that much anymore. I probably should start using it when I go hunting for real, and I'm probably gonna need it when we can make trank arrows at some point. But yeah, and so I want to go to the trader and try and sell some of these. And then there was another thing, because there has been an update released today. Actually, I just installed it a few minutes ago. That says, let's just go through it. It's kind of a longer update list this time. They have added a new anvil crafting station that will allow the crafting of titanium tools. Oh, nice. So that's probably the best tools you can get so far in the game, and I'm sure we don't have access to the anvil yet. Well, I'm gonna go and check. I haven't checked the workbench, but I have a feeling that we need the control panel to access anything more, like the cement mixer and such, as I talked about last time. They added a titanium pickaxe and titanium axe, which doubles the hit damage on, well, stones, ores, and trees. They changed a lot of things, so players will now run slower when going backwards. They changed it so that bears and wolves run faster, and they will now walk towards the player on pawn sensing before running after them. Hey, yeah, they have made things a little bit harder. Both the female and male hunters are now more dangerous. They detect and shoot players from further away. They will pose a much greater threat, which makes me curious because currently I only have access to, well, the bow of course, but the pistol. Because I have a feeling I need the helicopter to get somewhere where I can get access to more advanced weapon parts. And then I hope some of those weapons will have a longer range, because at the moment, or I haven't been near anyone since this update was released, but before the update at least, I almost had to go close enough to aggro them before I was actually able to hit them, because it's really hard to see if you're hitting anyone. I hope they're gonna add like some kind of little, you know, like I think is it in ARK or something, they have like a green thing that blinks up on your crosshair when you hit a target, or just something that makes it a little bit easier to see if you're actually hitting them. Because my only thing to base that on now is that they don't start running at me, so I keep going closer until they start running, or at least register that I'm shooting at them. And to actually achieve that, I almost have to go close enough to aggro them. So if they have a longer shooting range, the hunters, and if the animals run after you faster now, it's gonna be really hard to survive in the early game. Because it already is. Of course you can survive. I've had deaths that I didn't really needed to have. I'll know a lot more when I start over in the game, and as you can see, my wellness is really low. My health and my stamina is really low. But it is in early game, before you are able to get any better ammo and better weapons, it takes like 2 or 3 hits max to die, especially if your health has already gone down just a little bit, or well, this, not that it's, but yeah, if your health is just a little bit low, or even when it's maxed out. Like I've had hunters that shot me twice and that was enough to kill me. So if they manage to get 2 shots off, yeah, then you're dead. And I haven't, and with this current stamina and stuff, it also seems you run slower or something when you have low, because I'm unable to kind of run away from anything at the moment, and it's not a matter of my stamina. I just can't. If I try to run, they'll just follow me and shoot me. So once they get into the range, unless I have enough bullets left in my gun to like blast them with them and kill them before they get off a second shot, then I'm dead. So I'm quite curious about this, but I like that they're trying to balance it. And they need to, because this has always been the intention. Look at that, actually. They all perished at once, so it wasn't just me making something up in my head. At least you get some use out of it. That's the positive thing, that you get perished food, which we can make biofuel and fertilizer. So that might be the argument behind that the entire stack perishes, and that could be the argument for actually picking up all this stuff, because you're gonna need this to make your planting beds and of course make the biofuel. So it might be a good idea. I haven't really decided yet. I have to get to the point where I can make some fertilizer and stuff, which means we need to complete this. Anyway, I'm kind of sidetracking. I just have a lot of things I wanted to talk about, but most of all, it was just the update. So they also added clay to boulders, so kind of to counteract this a little bit, that everything that the AI has gotten stronger, they also wanted to add clay drops when you destroy a stone boulder. That will allow players to craft the forge and workbench faster and get better prepared to start facing the AI. So that way you can get access to a workbench faster. You can actually get your pistol faster, because you don't have to run all over the place looking for clay in backpacks or hope that the trader has some for you, which you saw. She didn't the first time I went there. She only had some after I had actually crafted the forge. So, but yeah, they added that, so we're gonna go. Maybe we should do that now. Actually, now it's getting light. I just thought I might as well start talking about this while it was dark. So let's see. My pickaxe is almost gone, but let's just see if we're gonna get any clay from this. It might be something that drops in the end along with the stone. Yeah, we got one clay. Okay, but at least that means, you know, you can get the 20 clay you need. Actually, I need to check if they changed that too. For the forge, reasonably fast. Look at that. I just need to actually destroy 20 of these, then I have 20 clay. That's not bad at all. And while I'm talking about that, let's just go over here, because I actually want to check that. And they reduced smoke when destroying trees. Okay, so they decided to do that too in the previous one. They reduced it from destroying rocks, for instance. The trader will now offer less gold for items under 10% durability, which is quite interesting. This was something I wanted to mention in this episode, so it's kind of nice that they added it in this update, or that the update came out now. As you can see, I have some iron pickaxes here. I actually had more, but I went to the trader to check, and I actually got 10 gold for each of these. So I want to go to the trader now and see what you get now, because these are at 0 durability. This is almost there, but it gives you something to use these for. You can just have like a storage or something, and you can put them here, at least until you don't really feel like you need the gold, maybe, if that's gonna be the case at some point. But in the beginning, it's a nice way to just get a little bit back from these. Let's see, what else do we have? Trader and arms dealer price balancing on most items. Okay, well, that sounds fair. I haven't gotten to him yet. We need to complete this quest to get access to him. Loot quantity balancing in garbage bags and backpacks. So that's also nice. I haven't really noticed what the system has been so far. I have kind of got a mix of everything. Like, for instance, I also got clay. I noticed I got the clay mostly from the backpacks. I'm not sure if I got that from trash at all. Money mostly from backpacks, but a little bit from trash bags, and apart from that, just a mix of everything. Then the resource cost to craft most crafting stations has been increased. We found that after getting the forge, everything else was available too rapidly, which I kind of agree. Mostly because once you get the forge going and you get your workbench, then you get access to all these other things. But for instance, these in the bag that you can make in the saw bench for the animals, we can't actually get access to using these until we complete the 3k coins quest. So it's kind of okay that it takes a longer time to get all of this settled down, so that you kind of do that quest along with everything else. Because now I feel like it was a little bit of a waste to get the saw bench, because I can't use anything in here that I can make. I can make wood planks, and I can make a fence, which might have a use if I wanted to kind of build a fence around my compound. And wood planks, well, I can make those in my inventory, so it's not like this is critical. I have used this a little bit. If I come home with a lot of wood, because I know I'm gonna need it if I want to build a full house, then I can just dump the wood in here and let it be crafting wood planks while I'm out doing other things, which I really like. But it's not like it's critical. I can still do it in my inventory. So but that's gonna be interesting, and that is what I wanted to check here. As you see, for instance, the chemistry station. I can't completely remember what all of it cost before, but for once we need one more beaker now. It was 3 beakers when I crafted it. Actually, I should probably be able to guess it based on what I've written. No, not for sure here. What is it? Wood planks? Yeah, that seems like it was 10 before. I had written down what I needed for all these to kind of have an overview of how many resources I needed to get. But yeah, they have made all kinds of little changes like that. There's also, this doesn't seem to have changed, but it's already hard to get either way because you need to unlock the cobalt before you can make these. But for instance, the helipad, look at that, 50 mechanical parts now. I'm pretty sure it wasn't that much before. I think it was 25 or 30 or something. And the iron bars, this has definitely gotten more expensive. So a lot of these has had some changes. Some of them haven't, it seems, but they have increased the price, and I'm okay with that. Most of it isn't that hard to get. It just forces you to go out and actually explore and, you know, get some of these resources. And it shouldn't be too easy, but at the moment, because I was hoping to get as much of the content covered, the current content, before Friday, before the release, I'm actually happy that I got this down yesterday before the update. I didn't know about the update, but that makes me happy. So, but in the future, I'm still thinking about starting over after Friday. So then I'll have to go and get all the resources like everyone else. Looks like all the traders have respawned now. That's nice. We have one there, and we do have someone walking around over there, I saw. But I don't really want to play with them right now. That is not my focus, but she might actually aggro me from here. She's walking towards me, so yeah. I don't know if they can cross fences. That's actually another thing I want to test, so I need to make some fences and try and make like, but I don't know if there's like a spawn thing that prevents them from spawning too close to a foundation, like it is in some games. In some games, it will kind of have a range that AI or creatures can't. Yeah, AI can't spawn from in a certain distance or within a certain distance from a foundation, and that would be nice because then you can kind of put a fence out around and you'll be kind of safe within that, unless they can pass the fence. I don't know, but I'm probably gonna try that, put down a fence and then kind of aggro one of them. I'll see if we can avoid killing her, and then I'll have to test that out later. But yeah, it also, these things, this is nice, we got some spiderweb. It seems like everything is spawning. I can't really, there's another guy over there, wow. The only thing I haven't noticed respawning is inside houses. Like we're on day 12 now, and on day 11 I went and checked out some of these first houses, like this one. That was the first one I actually looted, and nothing has respawned yet, so I don't know if it's ever gonna respawn, or because those resources do respawn out in like the wild, and it's not like it could be cool if like spiderweb came back after a while, for instance, and some of the resources, like you could pretend that someone had been holding up in there and left some trash or something. Because otherwise it doesn't take long to explore all these houses, and then there's not really any point in going back to them. Not yet anyway. I'm only on day 12, but I hope they're gonna respawn the resources. Okay, I am really talking today. Let's see, we still have there's 2 bug fixes. That was all the changes and additions. Then they fixed that gold ores and ingots were giving the same amount of coins from trader than crafting your own coins from it, making it useless to forge your own. We have reduced the sales price of these items via the trader to ensure players must craft their own coins. Oh, I didn't even go and check that because I knew I wouldn't have enough to actually reach 3,000, so I didn't really want to waste it. And I didn't even think about going to check how much it would cost, but someone sure did, which is awesome. And this definitely makes sense. There has to be a reason to have the crafting stations or some incentive for it, because otherwise it's not really worth it. Also, projectiles were sometimes not hitting the bear and appeared to go right through it. We have found and fixed a bug with the mesh collision box being too small. So lots of nice changes and a few bug fixes, and yes, a new crafting station, right. An anvil, I doubt that it's something I have access to now, but let's just check. An anvil doesn't seem like a high-end item, but no, it's not in here. So I have a feeling we're gonna need to, it's something, it might be like a fancy anvil that requires power. It doesn't seem like we can make it here. Can we craft it in here maybe? Let's just check. No. Then I don't think there would be anywhere to craft it. Like, this is just weapons and stuff. Nope, nothing new there, nothing new there, and I was just making some of these. So, okay, so that was the update, and well, I figured that out, got that showed that the perished food actually does perish a full stack, because that was driving me nuts if it was just my memory tricking me. But as you can see, I keep building up. I've actually had these stored elsewhere, but something is definitely perishing. But as you can see, these have like 11 hours, so it's a nice long time before they perish. But once they do, it's gonna be all of them. Actually, let's just see. Yeah, then they have the same, so which I also expected they would have. We have water. We actually need to drink something. I have some berries. And once you get your farm going, I guess it's not really gonna be that big of a deal. You can probably just leave the crops until you kind of need some of them. And at some point we're gonna get a fridge. Let's see, we need to get this up a little bit. I could craft some food, but I'm just lazy right now. Because that was not really the aim for this video. There we go. As you can... No, it's not there. I'm sure I had some... Does that perish too? No. Well, maybe I moved it back over here. I might have been... Because I keep moving things around as I run out of storage space. But yeah, the last thing I just wanted to go and check was the trader, and that's gonna be it for this episode. It was kind of just a little, you know, to talk about the update. And so let's head over to the trader, and then hopefully I'm gonna get to, or I am gonna get to 3,000 coins for the next episode, and then we are gonna see what that is gonna unlock for us. I'm hoping we're gonna get those new quests for some of the crafting stations, and of course it's gonna give us access to the new trader, and we're gonna be able to get cobalt. Oh no, I heard someone talk somewhere. Oh, I see. Oh crap, yeah, I'm gonna die. Look at that. I couldn't figure out where she was. Oh, that's because I'm too yeah, busy thinking about other things. But yeah, we've also had kind of a little discussion going on the forums, and if you're interested in the game, I can definitely recommend going to the forums and checking out what people are talking about, both other YouTubers or streamers that are currently featuring the game on their channel, and other people who are interested in the game. Just talking about what kind of things we would like to see in the game, what changes we would like to see, and balancing and all that. And one thing we have been talking about is the wellness feature, or whatever you would call it. I guess most of us have played games like 7 Days to Die, so that's why we call it wellness. But whatever it is that keeps your health and your stamina up, you can see mine is way down to 51. So I can't run for very long, and it seems like you also walk slower and run slower. It might just be my imagination, but that's how it feels anyway. And I'm completely unable to run away from anything, which I was in the beginning. And right now, nothing. I don't know anything because they changed it. So I think I just need to stay away from everything. But currently, as it is an early game, it's very hard to get it up. your wellness. Like, you have to randomly find either stews or canned food in loot, which there hasn't been much of. They may have balanced that with this update, perhaps. Or you have to be lucky that the trader actually sells some of this stuff, because you can't make anything. I still can't make anything that gives me wellness and increases this. So, and apparently I haven't actually gotten this low before, but apparently once you get to 50, it can't go down any further. And at that point, if you just want to get home fast, when out on, for instance, Gold Islands or just in the other end of the island, you might as well just walk up to a wolf or a trader and let them kill you, or a hunter and let them kill you, because you get a free port back to, or teleport back to your base, and you don't have a way to increase your wellness that easily. I've only found, like, I think 3 or 4 canned foods and maybe two or 3 stews max, and then I bought a couple, but the trader usually only has like 1 or 2 or max 5 canned foods or something for sale. So I know another YouTuber was talking about this a lot, that there needs to be some kind of change. It doesn't have to be awesome, but I was kind of disappointed when I got to the wood stove and wasn't able to actually craft anything that gave me wellness. The protein, yeah, that can be necessary, but generally when it comes to carbohydrates, I don't actually really need to craft anything to keep that up, because you can find enough corn and potatoes while exploring to keep it up, and then you can craft a couple of meats before heading out. So there isn't really much incentive. I apart from the day when I showed what we could craft, I haven't really used the wood stove that much, because it doesn't really, there's no real incentive in it for me so far. But if it gave like just small increments to wellness, then it would be worth it. Like, you could choose that even if you only had like, if your food was at like 95 like now, and you have a meal like a chicken or something that gives you maybe 20 protein, you could choose to just eat it anyway, because it would increase your wellness a little bit. It would cost you the resource to get your wellness up, and maybe it would only give you like a half wellness or 0.25 wellness or something, but at least you would have an incentive to use some of your raw resources to get your wellness up, because it makes things a little bit easier when you are out and about. So I kind of agree on that discussion, that it could use some kind of change. Yep, let's go to the trade station. There we go. And yeah, I haven't seen anything respawn here either. Like, there were trash and stuff the first time we came here, but I haven't seen any of it respawn. So I don't know if it's probably intended, but yeah. It would kind of make sense though that there would be new trash appearing and stuff, because there are people living here, or at least hanging out here, and people tend to leave trash, unfortunately. Okay, let's see. What was it? These? Yeah, they have the price. So yesterday when I was selling these, well, yesterday my time, or yesterday in the game, they gave 10. Now they only give 5, but still. I wish though they would have, like, if you bring 10 of them, or 20, if you have like a storage where you fill it up, it would be nice that it could see how many you have in inventory, despite it not being well, okay, yeah, of course, that's probably not good for pickaxes, because then it would also solve this one if you had a good one. That's true. Never mind, forget what I just said. It's good enough that we have it like this. But it's gonna be a little tricky, but usually I just bring what I have. This isn't completely worn out, but let's just sell it. But it's nice you get a little bit, so whenever I go here I usually just pick up the ones I have dropped in storage, and then I get a little bit of extra coins from that. But yeah, here you can see this is the food that, or one of the types of food that gives you wellness. You can see +1 max health and stamina. So let's just buy these two. Oh, there we go. These two. Because actually this doesn't matter. This is also something we were talking about in the forums. But for this quest, it doesn't really matter if you use up your money here. That is also Cage who came up with this or had gotten this idea. So I can kind of show you here what I mean, because I did sell or buy these, but I want to keep them. But if we buy something like, let's just buy this. We can buy 3 of them, that's 24. Then this is gonna go down. So buy that. But this didn't go down, because this is just how much you have to gather. You have to obtain this, but you don't have to actually have it. So what you can do is, even though you get less back, you can choose to spend some money on getting this quest completed faster. So I lose half the money, but this goes up. So if you kind of just want to get here as fast as possible, you can choose to just, you know, buy stuff, and then you can just sell them back to her. So that's... Oh, was she out of money? Oh, right, stone was not the best thing for me to choose, but okay, because she doesn't want to sell it back. Of course, you have to remember things like that. She should want to buy these back, though. There we go. Just get 3 instead of. So then you can just kind of stand here and do that if you just need the last part. But I would definitely recommend going to Gold Islands. There's like 4 or 5 islands kind of around them. Each other. You can swim across to each of them and get gold for this quest. As I said, I got about 1500 yesterday when I went there, and I got a little bit 200 or 300 or 400 or something before that. So I think you can get between 1500 and 2000 depending on the spawns, and yeah, maybe you would even get a little bit from whatever you loot there, because there will also be some backpacks and stuff. But that still brings you over halfway with this quest, so that's pretty nice. But yeah, I think that was all I wanted to talk about in this video. It was just kind of a little, you know, this is what the developers have been up to. They are very active. It's like every 2 or max 3 days lately we're getting, or since I started playing this, that they add updates. Most of it is bug fixes and like balancing, optimization, but they also add, like today they added the anvil, and last time they added the mining helmet. So they do add little features or small pieces of content along the way, but at the moment, of course, they have to focus on, you know, making the game as playable as possible and as enjoyable as possible. So yeah, that was it. So next time we are gonna see if we can get this quest completed and see where that leads us. So thank you for watching, and please do take care, everyone. So happy gaming!